Hello everyone, welcome to the Northern Tarot. My name is Andy. Today I will do the reading for the 10th and 11th of June 2023. This is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, so the last 2 days of the week, the energies are actually quite deep. So this is the reason why I say that. Now, this is actually this has a lot to do with the video I made yesterday about the ultimate pathway of the soul journey. Now I actually realize why I did the video yesterday, because I was thinking of making it on Saturday, which is the weekend, because normally I have the Saturday off. But yesterday, because I was reading the comment from Sovereign, and the topic just like popping up, and I felt like I need to do it right on last night. So now I decode the message and I see why I need to do it. So on the 10th, which is the main energy that we need to pay attention. So on the 10th we have the moon conjunct with Neptune in Pisces. So the moon is about psychic abilities, emotions. Pisces is very spiritual sign, and Saturn is about time and structure. Now, when it's conjunct in Neptune, it's amplify. It is like emphasize the meaning of where or what we need to pay attention. So this is about your inner abilities, the inner strength that you have in you. It reminds you of the time to keep pushing the boundaries, not stopping. Because we all know this year 2023 is about the ascending energies of the whole universe to the 5D consciousness. And this shift is really needing to protect the sustainabilities of the whole world and human species. So it's not, something like a joke that people will think, oh, it's just spirituality, crazy stuff. Because only the people engaged in the missions, of course, I'm talking about the collective, will be understanding it and then spread it out gradually, because it needs a lot of collective works of different type of collective missions worldwide in combination together. So we are actually part of it, our group. So on the 10th, Mercury is on her way back to Gemini's, her home, but she will create a sextile energies with Neptune. And Neptune is still in Pisces. Now, this sextile energy is about ascending your mind to the next level, which is from the analytical mind to spiritual mind. If I say that way, then you will understand better. And Jupiter is also sextile energies with Saturn. And Saturn on the 10th is in conjunction with the moon. So it's a sextile of both the moon and Saturn with Jupiter. Jupiter is about finding the right, direction, angles to move forward toward the expansion scheme, because Jupiter is in the 6th house in Taurus. So this is about ascending energy and also to align with the higher self purposes at the same times. So in another way, we can see the pictures of a compass trying to get to the right angle of the North and the South Pole. And the axis of this compass is actually lies between Gemini and Sagittarius, time and space. Now, all the energies happens in this framework of time and space, starting with the full moon in Sagittarius and the new moon in Gemini on the 18th of June. So this is what we are stepping in of the next 2 days. So next 2 days, the energy is not about going within. Because it's not going within, so it's not about awakening. Awakening is the period of time that you complete with going within and learning and realize about yourself and answer that questions. I am that I am. But this is not about it. This is about ascending to the next level of psychic ability, awareness, consciousness. It advises and also urges people to, stop the delaying, procrastinating anything when it comes to psychic ability or new spiritual wisdom or practices you want to learn, because you will know, because it's the urge. It's the urge of bringing it out, something hidden in you, because it's in you. That's why you picked this program for yourself. And through following this kind of instructions of what the universe trying to guide us, you will fulfill the challenges that you set for yourself, even you not remember it quite well yet. But by the time you keep raising your awareness and consciousness, it's also to take part in the collective missions of bringing the new manifestations, the new world into the old world. You will be rewarded, because you might think that right now you don't have a lot of things, but if we think about the video I made yesterday about the ultimate path, the ultimate purpose. The ultimate purpose of the soul is figuring out how to overcome all these things without nothing. So you don't need much materials. You don't need much family strings and ties like other people to solve this. Because your goal is to exit the matrix and free yourself from this simulated world. So because of that, this energy indicates that this is the time that you don't need to think much by what else you can do or what you should do. Just take up whatever that you're drawn to. For example, if you like just reading tarot or watching tarot, that's one thing. Or you want to watch all these podcasts about spiritualities or the new science about quantum physics, to have a more concrete proof about the shift of the consciousness global wide, which is happening right now. Or you want to learn new skill, meditating or shifting energies or learning how to align with yourself. So it's the time for you to pick it up and do it. And this weekend actually will give you the result straight away, because it gives you the boost of what you feel you were struggling with, because you're trying to give it a practice, but sometimes because your energy is low, because you're still not able to raise your mental stage yet, so it will happen. And that is very common, so don't worry about that, because as long as we show the gesture of understanding what we are working, co-creating with the universe, the result will come. And guidance, blessings, and next instructions of your own situations will be revealed, and will give you the sense of, oh, this is a new way, a new style, or new approach of solving problems. Now, to allow this to happen, I was thinking the most practical for the collective, if you find yourself in some sort of difficulty, because of limited resources or conditions. The very easy way is to drop and stop anything that you cannot tolerate, anything that you feel like make you unhappy, upset, regardless. So that is the easiest way, because once you learn how to drop it, you will allow yourself to get more space and energies for the new things. So that's the most logical and practical way that I can think of. So that is the next 2 days. So so the energy is not going within, but you might feel like you want your own space. So but it's not quite in a detached mode, but you just want to get some kind of space for yourself, so you can pick up things and do. It can be like that. If you already started it, then you can utilize the energies to push it further to the next step of whatever that you're trying to achieve. Now, this is a lot to do with psychic abilities, because this is all about the moon trying to manifest what it's going through the time and space new matrix energy. So this is exactly what we are, and this is gonna be the theme until maybe the new moon, because the new moon is gonna be some new information about what we need to watch out or focus on in the next phase. Okay guys, so for now let's go to the cards and we will see what we have for the next 2 days. Okay, so let's see what we have for the 10th and 11th of June 2023, and as usual I will start with the Star Code Astro. Let's see what spirits have for the collective. Star Code Astro for the 10th, 11th, 2023. So the first card we have is number 12, Pisces. Sensitize. So as I say, because the moon is in Pisces and it conjunct with Neptune, this is all about the divine timing, the divine plan, the divine the alignment with your higher self purposes. That also means that the new beginnings is already taking. So you might not see a lot of new things as your imagination, but because we always living right the moment of when we present, so you don't actually need to think about anything, just flow. Because the moment that we start to think or allow ourselves to worry, we actually stop the process of ascending. We don't need to think. All you need to remember is everything that happening right now doesn't matter of your situations, but it's exactly what you predicted before you came in this matrix to solve the challenge and to learn how to exist it. That's all you should keep remember. Because once you manage or learn how to align with your higher self, which I have the course of the aligning with your higher self. So if anyone wants to register, please email me, because the first class already started and the result is really good. People already learn how to shift the energy. Well, I was talking about as long as we remember that, and one day if you are light, you will realize that the only meaning of existence is when you have the purposes. So when things completed and challenged, and the challenge is being fulfilled, the only meaning that left is actually to contribute to the collective purposes, mission, and the ascensions of the universe at the moment to the 5D consciousness is a big mission, and it has a vital important meaning of why it has to be done, and it has to be devoted, because without the collective energy, so your energy actually very important, you have to remember that. As long as, but you will be important if you move forward or allow yourself to ascend by joining the collective, because if there will be people left behind because they couldn't make it to the ascensions. They stay in the 3D low vibration, and they sink in depressions and negativities, and it's will be no longer useful for the mission, and that will be the natural mechanisms of filtering, if you see what I mean, because the matrix working under the design, everything's pre-designed, so there's no way of turning back. The only way is just to focus on the front and move forward to where the collective goes. So that's why the communities, I'm talking about the group of these things, are very important. It's like it sets the tendency of the guidance of the directions where we head to. It gives more sense. It makes things more sensible, and it makes things more real. So that's why there will be a lot of like light workers and activists very engaged in this kind of movement worldwide. And if you pay attention in the world, it's already happening. People start talking about all these topics everywhere. The light is spreading out to scatter the shadows away. So it's still in the process of scatter the shadows away, but it's really fast. So that is the first card. Now let's see what we have for the Starseed Oracles. Starseed Oracles we have. Let's see what the Star Councils have for us. You got the love. Hyperion energy, codependencies and boundaries. Okay, so this is to remind people. This is a message. I actually received the very similar message last night from Archangel Gabriel about setting your boundaries. I don't know why he say that, but I've got a message that set the boundaries. And this card actually came out with much surprise of myself. You got the love, Hadrian energies, codependencies and boundaries. It's the reminder of the collective to retrieve. As I say, you have to drop anything that you shouldn't tolerate. So there's a lot of things that we tolerated in the past, and we believe that because we're trying to do something good for people, for example, but it's not the right way of spreading love or spreading the light. The right way is actually by being happy, with yourself, with your own skin, with your own purposes, and learn how to respect the higher self purpose more. Because a lot of times I know for the fact that people actually knew what they meant to do, but because the ego speaks too loud, so sometimes it overrides the intuition, so we tend to go for the egos, and that's when we did a lot of mistake and we stumble through all these sufferings. The good news is, like, the collective start to getting out of the shadow more and more every day. I can feel it. I can feel it growing. I can feel it start to shine brighter. But there will be still some shadow left. And this is exactly what we need to really, how I say, take it into account of the way we allocate our energies to other people or to the environment around us. Stop indulging those that not deserve it. Retrieve everything that belongs to you and don't share it. Now, it sounds selfish, but I will explain to you why don't share it. We will share now with wisdom or through wisdom, but we don't share through by being generous, putting out energy and giving away energy. So this is exactly what the Star Council want you to really think and be serious and start doing it if you not yet done it. But I'm sure that you already done it. Okay, so next one. Let's go to love and relationship. One card for love and romance relationship. Hopefully we will have something nice. This is for the 10-11 of June 2023. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Now, I don't want to interpret this card because my point of view will never change. There's no way back, especially with this type of matrix that I see. So letting anyone back is a big mistake, and it's a test from the matrix to see if you still doing the same patterns. And to be honest, see, if someone old from your past, doesn't matter if it's a toxic one or not, karmic or not, once they still coming back, you will have to reflect yourself straight away. Now, this is my experience. The reason why I say that, because once you still let your energies being out there, somewhere in the space, to be manifested, that is from your side, your end, if you see what I mean. So things like this, with this card come out, or Mercury retrograding, something like that. And if you don't see people, trying to get back to you, and you know how well you have grown and learned with yourself about life. And this is the difference between the old soul and the young soul. I'm talking about the soul, not your age of this life. Because when you're able to control of your emotions and your thought, you don't give out random thought to the air of someone or the name of someone. There's another situations here about reconciliations that I can think of, and I'm more inclined to this. It's your soulmate from past life. Now, if that's the case, then there's a big chance that love will be right on at your door in the next 2 days. So watch out for that. And please remember, it's no one from the past. If the people from the past, it's the test, because the pattern is not yet being removed. So the whole meaning of why we hear and we learn through these kind of like repeating patterns, it's just to learn how to recognize it and how to stop it. Now that's the main goal, to serve the final goal of mastering the matrix and exit it. Okay, now let's go to the tarot and we will see for the 10 and 11 of June 2023. So the general energy, you have the 5 of Cups. Challenge, you have the 9 of Cups. There you go. Someone here. Your higher self message, Queen of Swords. I knew it. So someone trying to get back to you. And your higher self saying stop. Now that's why that you got the love and boundaries, codependency. Now codependency here, I start to see it clearer when the tarot start to show. So you might not think of yourself, you might have thought that you already done this shadow works, but the people only comes back when you still have the codependency issue. So it's time to be confronting with your old self, because you are now in the process of, emerging with the new self, with your higher self. So the mentality, you have the Emperor, and the environment, you have the Queen of Wands, feeling very good energy. And the outcome energy, you have the Sun. So in general, the outcome energies will be very good, to be honest. This is just like the introduction video I predicted. So the picture I can see right now is people will start to feel melancholic with the moon in Pisces, and kind of like going through the revisions of the whole things, the whole life up till now, up till the moment that you are alive right now. And then realize a lot of things about yourself that you miss, because you are trying to figure out how to change the situations, how to unblock all the blockages. And now, thanks to this type of urge and the universal core, which these sectile energy, the matrix trying to pour into the collective, you start to feel that it's time to work from the root up to the top. So you go within and you realize a lot of things. Now the Emperor here, your mentality. In your mind, you kind of like looking back to the very, very first time of when you had something that you believe it was the model of where you wanted to reach or who you wanted to be partner with. There's something about reprocessing the whole things. But you also understand why the situation wasn't right, because of the disturbance from that person. So that person can be, with another ties, or can be selfish, can be coward, can be manipulative. Something about the Emperor. But for some reason, I don't know if the Knight of Cups is that Emperor or someone very... No, this is... The Knight of Cups is a different one. So, there's someone trying to, how I say, get back to you. Or trying to kind of like, not impress you, but it is a sense of someone like being flirtatious to you. But right away it will piss you off because you too familiar with these patterns of type of people because it keeps repeating. Now that is when you start to realize that the only way to stop it is to start with yourself, to stop that pattern within yourself. That's the Queen of Swords is about. But at the same time, you having someone else in mind, so we need to clarify this. However, the last two cards is all very, very good because the Queen of Wands is actually your energy. So thanks to these conjunctions of the moon, it allows you to decide to change yourself, to make the new improvement, to make the new stepping forward with the Queen of Wands. And the Sun card, you will feel very, very great. And how great and why, we will need to clarify it. So, let's see, the Five of Cups. Please clarify the Five of Cups. This is for the 10th and the 11th of June 2023. Five of Cups is clarified by the 10 of Swords. Exactly. So it's kind of like, you know all of the things already. But this is a time you questioning yourself why you still allow this, or you allow yourself. You start to questioning yourself. And this is actually the good energy to have. Because the moment you start to questioning yourself, what's the reason? What is really valid reasons? I let myself in this for this long. Then you will free yourself. If you see what I mean. And this is about the inner strength that people will have to utilize and bring it out to deal with this kind of very unique personal things toward your experiences. Because this is very unique things belongs to you. Because you design it. Believe it or not, when you access the matrix, you will see, you laugh or you cry. It depends on how you start to learn to, looking into the matters and explaining the nature of it. Because you don't remember the plan doesn't mean that you cannot see the plan. Am I right? So now the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. Someone trying to kind of like work on you, but with the sense of someone kind of like trying to be like very onto you. So like very flirtatious, the feeling of, flirting, or a little bit, even a little bit impolite. So you find it as a bit impolite way of approaching, because the Eight of Pentacles here is about like trying to expose. So they the way they approach or ask you something is very exposure. You just don't find the charm or the elegant out of whatever that they're trying to tell you. But in one hand, they draw you the pictures of, if you with me or if you work with me, then we will be a pair. So that's that sense of being a pair, of working on something, might trick you to fall into and hope you to fall in the trap. So that's why it's in the challenge. However, what I see here is you right away see the turning back on each other here. It's not about they do something to you, but you just send something off, something not coherent, something not connecting. So that is what. Oh, poor someone. Why on earth they want Sagittarius? Now, let's go to the Queen of Swords. Actually, I want to know the Emperor first, because this is the person that you think. So let's clarify the Emperor. So the Emperor is clarified by the Five of Wands. This is quite interesting because, you know, it's I don't know why, but it feels like a flashback of someone in your mind, and you were kind of wanting to accept, but then you feeling like there's something missing, that you still want the answer. So there's something you allow your egos to work, like override you, something about someone. So let me clarify the Five of Wands to see what is the hidden message about this. This is quite interesting, unexpected message. So the Five of Wands is clarified by, let's see why you still not want to let go. The Seven of Swords. There you go. So in your mind, you know that this person hiding something, or this person is not truthful to you. But you're aware of that you're not gonna get the answer. That's why there's the conflict here. Now, remember what the shadow work is about, and how to ascend your energy. It's about acceptance, about letting go, because, you know, sometimes the truth is not relevant. So that's the reason why the Queen of Swords comes out. So you know, the Emperor here, right? There is something about this Emperor, because it can be someone from long ago, and they kind of like refuse to tell you things. Or it can be someone even recently. But the two types of what I'm trying to say is, because there's a pattern of people keep repeating, and you start to kind of like have the sense of what's going on, thanks to the link of the previous cases that you learned. So you kind of like got the sense of it, and you come to the conclusion here with the Queen of Swords. So now let's clarify the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is clarified by, for the 10-11 of June 2023. The clarity, yes. So the truth comes out. So this weekend, you will feel like you're ready to let go of everything for the fresh start. And I think this energy actually very important to some people, because of course that you have a human brain, and this is how the human brain works. We always want to know the truth, and because we deserve the truth. But then, because we believe we deserve the truth, meanwhile, we don't need to. If you can get that sense of what I just say, then you will let go of things very easily. All you need to is being happy. And whatever that not happy, that's why I say whatever that you're not happy, just learn not to tolerate or learn how to just put things down straight away. Or remove things right away. Wow! Guess what? The Two of Cups. So by letting go, let all the doubts, let all the curiosities, by just simply trusting the process, or at least trusting the advices from spirit, you will allow your soulmate or bump into your soulmate somehow with the Two of Cups. I'm not going to clarify the Two of Cups. I'm going to leave it there as a surprise because we have the Sun here. So this Sun card, let me clarify first, right? Because I kind of like see someone fire sign here. It's like coming to you. It can be a Leo. So the Sun is clarified by the Eight of Wands. So, guys, it looks like it's a little bit deep, but the outcome energy is really good because the Eight of Wands is about you just leaving the past behind and moving forward toward your new path, new beginnings. The Sun it basically is about your dreams coming true, where you feeling happy, where you feel belong to. And as I say, it's an open energy. It's not the energies go within. So the Eight of Wands indicates that you will receive the contact from people, or you will be happy to open up, to socialize and talk with people. But meanwhile, you know exactly what to do, who to remove or what to remove with your situations, because clarity is gonna be given to you. Depends on situations, of course. Okay guys, so before I go, I just want to remind that I have the course of how to align with your higher self. If you're interested, please email me. If you would like to donate, please find the donate button in the description box. And I want to say thank you very much to Dennis for donating me again yesterday. Thank you a lot. And I will see all of you soon in the next one. Thank you and bye-bye.